Really, everybody in the band grew up listening to different things, which is kind of cool, you know? We more got into metal growing up. Like, I was really into, like, Deicide, Cannibal Corpse, things like that.
A little bit of Killswitch Engage, some Coheed and Cambria, you know. But you mix that in with some, like, some Top 40 and some, like, Genesis and, like, some more proggy stuff like Protest the Hero, you know.
Yeah.
She walked in. What's that sound? It sounds like sin. Feel the silence fill the room. Ooh, that look, it brings me to my knees. Now you got me begging, please.
Really, we took an old name we had in Vain and mixed it with a video game name. As a spell from Final Fantasy called Kira, and we just made Incura out of it. Really, the music makes the name, right? You can call your band anything you want, just like we did. It's a made-up word, so that's kind of how it came about. Yeah, really, it's putting everything from every member into a giant crock pot, kind of, turning it on high and seeing what meal comes out of it. Every song comes out different every time, with the Queen influence and with the heavy metal influence, kind of mixing it together with the theater influence, you really can get a plethora of different songs and options. We didn't plan on anything, you know. We didn't sit here and discuss we want to sound like this or we want to try and do this. We just play music we love, and hopefully it turns out well.
Well, we can do anything from, like, starting with, like, a simple beat or a simple melody, or, like, you know, we can start, like, two people will just work on one little idea and bring it to the table, or we can, like, just sit there and jam, and if something comes out, it comes out. It's not a set formula. It just, it's pretty organic, and whatever happens, happens, and we try not to limit ourselves to any one particular mindset when we're writing. We just like to, you know, try and keep an open mind.
Yeah, really trying to, like Jono said, not have any limitations. You know, if you bring something in that's some, you know, it's a pop hip hop beat, by the time it's done, it's, you know, a blast metal song. It really can turn into anything. We just don't limit yourself, and I don't think you should. There's, you know, genre nowadays is so, the word's thrown around with bands and things, but we're privileged to grow up in a music era that you can do anything you want. You can do, like, you know, there's Norwegian folk metal, there's, you know, there's everything we could do. So why not? Why not try it all, man? Everything, again and again. We get that question about the concept, or is an underlying meaning to the record. I don't know if there is, really. It's more just about expression and creativity and, like you said, pushing an artistic musical envelope. The album really speaks to musicianship. We really put a lot of time into the parts. We put a lot of time into every single piece. It's like kind of like a giant rock musical. Points, I don't know. It's bills. I think a lot of it, sometimes nobody knows where to put us. You know, you're either put on like a black metal festival or you're put in like a pop festival. Like it's very different. So sometimes you're not heavy enough for these, or you're too heavy for this crowd, or so I don't know if it's a challenge, but
yeah, you could almost say it's we benefit from it, because no matter where we are, like whether we're stuck on like a metal bill, like, which we love playing because we grew up with that, you know, we love music, we love playing like every show, and it's awesome because we get the luxury of being able to play all these different kinds of shows, and we tend to stick out more because of that. So it's like, you know, you could say it's kind of a double-edged sword.
Sure, for sure.
Well, this trip we landed at the airport in Toronto, and we, you know, you get your cell phone reception back, and we got the email letting us know that we're going to be added to rotation for Much Music on March 22nd. So that's, you know, that's one of those moments that you're like never going to forget where you were when you found out, because you know that like you've been waiting since you were 14, being like, oh man, one day I'm going to be that guy on TV. I'm going to be like, you know. And so for that to happen is just like so surreal. But there's so many moments like that throughout like our history together that it's hard to pick just one.
A lot of it comes from bands too. You get to tour with, like we toured with Apocalyptica a few months ago, and that was like an unbelievable experience to sit there and be surrounded by, again, musicianship, people who respect classical music, who understand where being artistic and creative means something today, you know, and they were really, really awesome. I'd say sitting on stages with those guys was pretty awesome. The future, really, we don't know. With Incura, because the music is so different, I think the band could either really, really take off to some degree, or it couldn't. I'm not really putting a bank either way. It doesn't matter to me. We're just going to keep playing music for fans that love it. It's great to hear amazing reviews. We have so many fans that speak so highly of us and love us so much that we just want to give back. So we're going to keep writing music. We're going to keep putting CDs out. We're going to keep on the road. We're going to tour Europe. We're going to tour the States. We're going to tour the world. And we won't stop until our bodies fall apart. So,
When do you think we're going to hear
new music. Well, we just put out the record 3 weeks ago. And we started writing the second record 2 weeks ago. So when will you hear it? 2 years. I'm saying that as a yeah, so in the future, when someone's watching this, we'll say 2 years. What do you think?
I don't know. It's a mystery to everyone.
It's a mystery.
That's a good lead up.
Life is like a box of chocolates. For me personally, life is about experience and experiencing life and living life to the fullest. That's what it is. You should do what you want, when you want, every single day, all the time. If you don't work for yourself, you're going to end up working for somebody else. So do it yourself.